in the real world, I just did my Frida, talking about my Frida pieces that I got. And Frida always had her, classically, she didn't always, but classically she had her, in photographs, she had her hair up in like a very traditional, the native people of Mexico had their hair at the time. So, speaking of familiar hair and familiar faces, I bought the Homer. I thought the Homer went really well. Growing chia seeds isn't that hard, so it's very fulfilling to put the seeds down and then have something grow. So I was like, I'm going to do the Homer first, and if the Homer works well, if I'm happy with the Homer, I'm going to do a Marge. So, first step of a chia. This is a hand painted? It can't be hand painted. Maybe it is. What's rolling around here? Oh, it's pieces of clay. So this is a ceramic pot, right? So this, it seems like it's hand painted. So I'm just going to assume that, because it was only like 20 bucks. So first thing you got to do, because it's ceramic, is to soak it in water for about a half hour to get it wet. Because otherwise, if you just put water on it, if you put the seeds with the gooey seeds on this, it'll just suck all the water out and the seed will just stay dormant. We don't want that. We want it to grow. So I'm gonna go stick this in some water for a half hour, and we'll move on to our next step when that's ready. So this is Homer about a month later now. I've stopped watering it. I let it go. So all of this just crusts right off, so it's really easy to clean. Just a update on Homer here. It's interesting how it'll just clump together. I think it's just because of the root structure, I'm guessing. Okay, that's interesting. So now we got Marge here. I was sitting there and I was like, there's something I forgot, and I left it in the water for like the last 2 hours. It doesn't hurt anything. They just want you to do it for at least 30 minutes to get the ceramic wet, so it won't suck all the moisture out of the plant. You got to do that first. It's starting to smell too. It's trash day tomorrow, so I got to get this stuff moving. You know how that goes. So this, it comes off pretty easily, just in clumps. See, I bought this sheet pan for mushrooms, but I could never get them to grow right. I bought one of those logs, but it didn't work, or at least not for me. So I was like, oh, at least I got another use out of this sheet. I bought a new sheet pan for us, and then I used one of the oldest sheet pans. All right, I washed this tray because it was pretty ripe. I need to take this Homer outside and give it a good rinse with a hose. But I need to work on getting the seeds ready. Actually, I don't need to, I did. So what's gonna happen here is about 2 minutes ago, I was getting my seeds ready. So 2 teaspoons of seeds, 2 tablespoons of water. Let this sit for 5 minutes, it gets all gooey, and then we'll start putting her hair on. So we got our seeds here. They start getting gloopy, which is real nice. And maybe it requires a little bit more of a stir here. I think it's already started to get hard in the wrong spot. So let's let it sit for another minute while it gets a little more gloopy. Yeah, it needed a bit of a stir. Now it looks, I'm not going to do it like a blizzard, but you see how it's gooey like that? Actually, you know what? Let gravity help me out here. You're not going to want to have everything glooped up together. I'm just putting it on because, you know, the less time I can play with it on my finger, the more chance it has of actually working. So yeah, that's strange. It was just kind of glooping on the top, and me stirring it around for about 45 seconds made it so it over to what it needed to be. Yeah, I walked away I stirred it and then I walked away for about 5 minutes. And it was this consistency, which is exactly what we wanted. This is a bit top heavy, which is kind of just, it's not a big surprise once you look at it, but you know, you think they would have a little more balance on it, but also, this isn't right. So this is coming together. I realized maybe I should, this is a medium that you put on video. Maybe I should put it in front of the camera lens. Alright, just trying to have some fun here before the work takes all your time away again. If you guys want to send me money, I'll take it. Link in the bio. Anyway, alright, hey, not too bad. I think this will cover everything because you don't need to have every single inch covered because it's a weed sort of, and it'll just kind of pop over everything and it'll just be filled in. Or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself if it's not fully. The nice thing about this, what happens if in a few weeks, like the Homer just kind of crashes out, strip it off, rinse it off, let it soak, do the whole thing over again. You have a bag. Like this is the Homer seeds. I haven't cracked into the Marge seeds. I still have at least 2 more. So I'll light up the Homer again soon and we'll let this Marge sit. It is the, for posterity, it's the 22nd of March, 2026, 6 in the evening. We'll probably start seeing growth as early as Friday. All right, I'm doing a little time lapse. Let's watch that. All right, so this is 5, 7, 8, 9 days after, 9 days growth. You can notice how all the greenery is pointed towards the light. But yeah, this handled better than the Homer. There's more, the painted stuff doesn't leak water. So all of this only has just a little bit of water where it sunk through and a few pieces fell down, but it's not too bad. This came out pretty nice. I don't know how it would make them all grow up. I would have to put it outside so that way everything would point up, I guess. Otherwise, Marge just has her hair going this way, but it worked. It looks good.